Okay. Well, we are live, everyone, and it is 7:30, so I'm going to honor those people who are here on time. We want to have some people probably popping in, but welcome to our Tuesday evening webinar, and this is about increasing your life. and I, I'm honored to be here on a Tuesday evening, and I'm glad to have you here too. So my name is Dr. Dave Noonan, and we're going to go ahead and get started here. And I just noticed I increased the size of my cursor, so follow my cursor. It's going to point to some things as we go along. So welcome, and welcome to Isagenix. And so if you're on and you have heard of Isagenix, that's awesome. If you're involved with Isagenix, that's awesome. If you're not, then I'm so happy for you that you're here tonight, because we are the world leader in nutritional cleansing, cellular replenishing, and youthful aging. And also we're going to talk about one thing that we really love to talk about in our company, and that's wealth creation as well. Okay, so welcome to our webinar, and I just want to get one thing out of the way. Actually, I'll do that in a second. What we're doing today is I'm going to show you what we're talking about. I'm going to educate you on everything that we have, and then whatever you think of that, you decide what you think of it, and whatever your decision is, I'm going to support you full out. Okay, we're going to support you in that. So I want to get, this is what I wanted to get out of the way. We just have a disclaimer here. I just want to make sure that everybody understands that, we're going to be talking about some pretty incredible transformations. We're going to be talking about how to make money in our company, and none of the things we're talking about are typical. We don't intend to cure or prevent any kind of diseases. We are a food product, and we intend to just get people healthy through what we do. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, I want to open up this meeting by talking about the founders of our company, because every company, it starts with who's on top and it trickles down. And I want to introduce three people to you guys. Number one, I want to introduce John Anderson. Now, John Anderson, I want to talk about him first because he is the founder and the formulator of our products. And the guy is an incredible man. And what he did was he actually is known as the mineral man around the world, the mineral man. So he has mineral rights all over the world. And look at his resume. For over 30 years, he has formulated over 2,300 products for 600 companies in over 27 countries. Okay, so some of these companies that you see up here, you recognize. You may even have purchased products from their stores before. And so John Anderson is a genius. I think he's going to win a Nobel Prize for some of the work he's doing with Isagenix. But here's the thing: is all of these 600 companies hired him because of who he is and because of his knowledge, and said, work with our scientists and come up with formulations for our products. And he did that. But what happened is that as he did that, he would bring his best formulations to the company, and they would say, thanks, John, for the formulation, but you know what? We need a bigger profit margin. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull out this good protein, and we're going to put this in here. We're going to pull out this, and we're going to put in that. And they compromised everything he ever did. And in the name of making more money, because he had the best formulations out there, which obviously is going to cost more money. You get what you pay for in this industry as well as any other. So what John did is he actually saved his best for Isagenix, and that's absolutely true. And he formulated the Isagenix products, and he started with our cleanse. We're going to talk about that, and moved into the whole nutrition program. Now, John started to market this product, and he was a very genius when it comes to formulating, but he's not the best when it comes to, or he wasn't the best when it comes to marketing. And he knew Jim Coover and Kathy Coover from his years in the industry, and Jim, who is I think another genius who absolutely knows how to put a team together, knows how to put an administrative team together. Actually was the CEO of a company, the very first health and wellness company that went over $1 billion, and that was in the 80s, and that was a company called the Cambridge Diet. Jim was a CEO of that company, and his wife Kathy who used to be a dental assistant, by the way. She's awesome, man. And she came out, he encouraged her to come out and get into the industry, and she became the top money earner in 3 separate companies. Now, that's a ton of experience in this industry. So these 3 people were the collaboration that actually created Isagenix. And when you put people that are this special and this talented together, you get an amazing, amazing company. And that's exactly what has happened with Isagenix because of this collaboration. Look at some of the things that's happened. 29 among direct selling companies. When we're talking about the company's 12 years old, guys, and we're talking about companies that in this industry that have been there for 100 years. I mean, there's some companies that have been there for many, many years. And I think last year we're at 35, so we're moving up fast, very, very fast for a young company. And business awards, American Business Awards. We're receiving awards that have gone in the past to companies like American Express and Aflac and companies that you've heard of, big companies that do great things. Okay, we're in 12 countries and expanding. All right. We're going to talk about a little bit about that. We're going to go over that in a minute. Nearly $3 billion in cumulative sales, and we're just about on the cusp. I think in 2015 we'll probably hit. We're slated to hit. I mean, this is the forecast that we're going to hit $1 billion in that year. Okay, millions of pounds lost. We have people have lost 10, 15, 20 pounds, 30, 40, 50 pounds, 100 pounds, 200 pounds. So we have a 400-pound club now of people that have lost weight, and 120 plus Isagenix millionaires. I think it's 122. So very, very amazing company. A lot of great things happening here. Here's the global opportunity. I told you we were in 12 countries. Here they are. Of course, we're in the United States. That's where the company was founded. We've expanded into Canada and Mexico and North America. We're moved into Australia and New Zealand, where it's really taking off. And now we're in several Southeast Asian countries, and it's interesting that we're spreading through there. But if you look at the borders in Asia, they're very, very close. There's a lot of countries that are very, very close together, so it's only natural that you would want to have bordering countries be able to do commerce across and be able to have the company be able to be in business in all those in all those countries that are adjacent to each other. It's just like saying, hey, when you live here in California, you drive from California to, I know we've got some people in Utah. We drive from California to Utah, and you could go through 6 countries if you're driving in Asia, right? And you want to be able to do commerce across the borders. So that's why we're expanding in Asia. We're also expanding into the Latin-speaking countries, including Colombia and Puerto Rico, and coming online here very, very soon this month, Vietnam and Indonesia. So we are we're moving. We're in a global expansion. Okay. Now, why are we doing so well? Why is this company poised for greatness? Because actually, it is achieving greatness. It's because of the mega trends. It's because of these 4 mega trends that we cover. Number 1, weight loss. We talked about how many pounds have been lost. We got a 400-pound club. Can you imagine? I mean, life-changing products. Energy and performance. Many athletes, we're going to talk about that, are clamoring to our company. Healthy aging. We're going to talk about our Nobel Prize winning breakthrough research. And of course, wealth creation, because wealth creation, I mean, we call it vitamin M, right? Zig Ziglar said, money's not really important. It's right up there with oxygen. We need that to live. We need that to thrive and survive in our society. So we want to make sure that that is part of our plan too. Okay, so let's talk about the first one, weight loss. Listen to this, guys. Look at this. 46% of adults, that's almost half, and a third of the children overweight or obese worldwide, and that's World Health Organization saying that. Okay, it's doubled. It's actually doubled since 1980. That's crazy, okay? And it's getting worse. People are getting worse and worse, not getting better, okay? So we need a solution for that. And why is that happening? Why are people getting overweight? Well, here's what I'm going to tell you. Everything was fine when everything was clean, when air was air, water was water, food was food, and the poison wasn't in all these. But in our industrialized world, what we've done is we're starting to mix these things, right? We're putting that pollution in our air, water, and in our food. And if you look at it, it's not just the pollution and the toxins. Whoops, sorry about that. I accidentally hit that one. Some of you are wondering, what the heck is he going to talk about next? If you look here, this is a tractor spraying a farmer's field. He's spraying with pesticides, herbicides, and he's spraying to kill the bugs and the weeds that are choking out the plants. However, when you put these killers, these bug killers and these weed killers in, what they're actually doing is they're sinking into the ground soil, and they're sterilizing the topsoil. They're actually sinking in there, and they're killing all the microorganisms and bacteria that convert an inorganic rock mineral into an organic source so it can be uptaken by the plant. So just because we have a plethora of food doesn't mean that we are well nourished, because our food is undernourished. Okay. And just to point that out to you, here's a study that was done by UCLA, started in 1953, and this is a bowl of spinach. Okay. And a bowl of spinach carries a lot of iron in it, and they wanted to track the iron in a bowl of spinach over the years and see the decline. This was a very foresighted thinking, actually, but in the early 50s is when they really started using pesticides on the fields. So how many bowls of spinach do you really think it took in 2007 to get the same amount of iron that you did in one bowl in 1953? Okay, and it's 2014 now, guys. Okay, that was 7 years ago. 51 bowls of spinach. That's amazing there. Okay, that's an amazing statistic. And yeah, it's very sad too. It's not very promising, is it? Okay, I just have one question to ask everybody. Who ate your 51 bowls of spinach today to make sure that you got your iron? And if it's doing it with the iron, it's absolutely leaching out and being deficient in the rest of the minerals as well. Okay. So we're talking about spinach, but here's the dirty dozen, guys. I mean, all these things that are on, I always ask my patients, so how's your diet? Oh, it's good. So yeah, I eat good. I eat fruits and vegetables, but these things and lettuce, I mean, who doesn't make a salad without lettuce? I had a salad today. Actually, it was with, it wasn't with lettuce, it was something else. It was really good. Anyway, but here's the problem. Here's the problem is we've got pesticide residues on all this, and they're mineral deficient. We just talked about why. And look at this. 90% of lettuces test positive for 47 pesticides and 57 chemical residues. Okay, so we're toxic. We're taking all this stuff in, and our bodies are assimilating and are doing the best they can, but it's tough on them. Okay, and that was the good food. That was the good food. Look at all this stuff. Anybody recognize any of these brands? Ever ate any of these things? Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing when we think of what we're actually putting into our bodies, and we're asking our body to deal with. Okay. I mean, I actually had a woman in my clinic a long time ago. This was actually a few years ago. And we were talking about our Isagenix products. He said, well, is it safe for kids? And that's a very motherly thing to ask. It's a very good question. But at the same time, her 3-year-old was standing, I think it was a 4-year-old, little kid was standing there eating a bag of Cheetos and had the orange stuff all over her face and was sipping on a Coke. Okay, so while that was what was not safe for her children to be eating, but it's what we're being bombarded with. And these food companies spend millions and millions and millions of dollars to advertise to us and bombard us with, look at all these colors on here. It's all attractive. They spend all this money studying our psychology to see how they can get us to buy. And you know what? They get us at a young age, so we grow up with this culture. We grow up eating these foods, and then we wonder why we end up with incidents of cancer and diabetes and heart disease and strokes and everything that is plaguing our society, right? It's because of mostly, or many times, because of our food. It's hugely because of our food. And it's official, McDonald's has opened in Africa, and you can tell by that poor giraffe, he's been hanging out at the wrong parking lot probably. But that's funny, that's photoshopped, yes, but that's not. And look at these poor little guys, man. I mean, what kind of life are they going to expect? And our children are becoming obese. And what are the chances? It's 80% chance that these little guys are going to grow up and be obese humans, they're already humans, obese adults, excuse me. And here's the real sad thing. It's happening over and over and over across the country and across the world now. Yeah, even in Africa. So let's talk about work and time And what's the problem in our society? 86% of men and 67% of women work more than 40 hours a week. We're overworked. Okay. And you come home and you're tired, right? You say, well, hey doc, if I had the time or energy, man, I'd come home and I'd cook right, I'd eat the right food, and I'd do all the right things. But I'm trashed, man. And I got the kids, and they're hungry, and they're pulling on you, mommy, daddy. And you know what? These stats here now are true not just for mom or dad, but for mom and dad are both working now. You come home exhausted, and it's just, hey, let's just get a bucket of chicken and everybody's happy. I don't have to cook, and we just, bam, and everybody's fed. And by the way, I'm tired. I've worked hard, so I deserve that comfort food, right? And it is right. You do deserve it. But it's a tough way that we're living in our society, and it's really causing a health issue to us. Okay. And speaking about work, look at this. More than 75% of people cited money and work as their leading cause of stress in their life. Okay, so everybody's stressed out. We're like stressing out, working to make a living, but we're not really living in our lives. A lot of people aren't. Okay, and how about this one? What do you think of your job? Is your job stressing you out? I mean, are you really happy with your job? These guys are not. So I looked this up and I thought, okay, who doesn't like their job? And my search took me to many polls, and this one came over and over again. A recent Gallup poll shows 70% of people in the U.S. not just like their jobs, they hate their jobs. They hate their jobs. That's a huge number of people out there that just aren't happy doing what they're doing. So, guys, Isagenix has a solution. We talked about weight loss. We're going to show you what the solution is. Energy and performance. We have people, I mean, there are all kinds of people out there. There's huge industries in the fitness industry and in the bodybuilding. And, here's Lori Harder as a fitness cover model. I mean, look at her, man. Healthy aging. We're going to talk about that. We have Nobel Prize winning research that in our products that keeps us from aging. And wealth creation. We talked about that a little bit too. We're going to talk about that a little bit at the end here. So what about energy and performance? We have some of the most amazing athletes flocking to our company, pros, Olympic athletes, every time I turn the page of one of our journals, I see a new pro athlete, endorsing our product, not endorsing, but utilizing our product. Dr. Colgan he's the author of many books. He has trained many elite athletes, many Olympic athletes in his career. We're getting many great minds to our company as well, as far as minds, as far as scientific minds, and our products keep improving. So staying in peak physical condition requires the right kind of nutrition. Duh, everybody knows that, right? I mean, have you ever heard it's fitness is 80% in the kitchen and 20% in the gym? It's true. We're really taking hold of the fitness industry. And if you look at the women's, look at the physique world. If you look at a women's physique show, the first, second, and third place competitors they're almost always Isagenix people these days. Okay, because they understand what it takes to create bodies like this and get lean and look good. Okay, it takes good nutrition, and we've got it. We've got the best nutrition. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Here's Ray Lewis, 9-time NFL Pro Bowler. I was never a Baltimore Ravens fan, but he was a pretty great athlete. I just want to point this out. Here he's on a mission to spread the word about Isagenix and spread the word about health to people, and make people's lives better, just like you and I are. And Isagenix doesn't sponsor anybody. He pays for his products just like you and me. He pays the same price. He orders them. He's got an account with the company. He doesn't get sponsored. There's a lot of companies out there that pay big money to people like him just so people will do what he does. And, many times these actors and athletes and people who are being paid to sponsor companies aren't even using their products, right? Ray Lewis is using our products among many others. He's just one example of people who are high profile people who are using our products because they love them. Healthy aging. Okay, This is a big one, man. Look at this. 50% of North Americans are over 50 years old now. That's me. I just turned 51. I'm a statistic. I'm in that category. The anti-aging industry will double from 200 billion to 500 billion. Look at that number, $500 billion industry. Okay. Think you're in the right place at the right time? More than 10,000 baby boomers reach the age of 65 every single day. That's today, that's tomorrow, that's yesterday. 10,000 people. All right, so let's talk about this really quick. I want to get this is really, really pertinent to our science, and it's pertinent to our product line. What is a telomere? If you've been around Isagenix for a while, you know all about telomeres. And this is Dr. Bill Anders, and he says telomeres are found at the tips of our chromosomes, and they are one of the most important markers for determining our lifespan. So what does that mean? So if you look down here at this circle, this is a chromosome. This X here is a chromosome, and this little coiled up red stuff in the middle is our DNA. If you've taken any kind of science class, you can probably recognize that helical pattern. That's DNA. Now, at the very ends of our chromosomes is where the telomeres are. Now, what happens is every time our cells divide, and they're doing it consistently and constantly, they replicate this. They make a copy of all this DNA, and the new copy goes into the new cell, and the old copy dies off with the old cell, right? And then you got a brand new cell that's replicated. But every time the cell replicates the DNA, it doesn't get to the very end, and we lose some of the DNA at the end, okay? And the telomere is at the end is where the telomere is, and the telomere starts to get shorter and shorter and shorter, and as it gets to a certain at length, the cell will die, and that is the marker for determining the lifespan of our cell. And of course, our body is made up of cells, so it determines the lifespan of our body. Okay, think of it like this, you guys. It's like a shoelace. If you have kids, you know what I'm talking about. If you were a kid, you know what I'm talking about. And if you weren't a kid, then I don't know what to say. But you all had shoelaces. We still do, right? Everybody has shoelaces of some sort. And when it has a cap on it, it's nice and it's brand new and it's worn. It's perfect. You know, you can stick it through the lace. Everything works perfectly on it. But when it wears out, it starts to fray. Okay, and now you can't get it through your shoelace, right? Or you can't lace your shoe with it. You can't get through the little hole. So it's been worn out. And that's what happens to the end of our DNA. It frays. It frays and it starts to get holes in it, and it doesn't support life anymore. It doesn't support the replication again to make new cells. Okay, and so our cells die. And that's what Bill Anders meant when he said bad things happen when telomeres get short. Okay, so we want to make sure that our telomeres stay long. I'm going to talk about a product in a minute that that actually does that. And Bill Anders actually was on a team that won the Nobel Prize in 2009 in in physiology and science that discovered an enzyme that actually can put these base pairs back on. Okay, pretty crazy. Now, if you don't know me, this is me, and I'm not showing you this picture to say woohoo, look at me, or to brag or anything, but I'm going to tell you something that I wouldn't be on this webinar. I wouldn't be putting this on if I wasn't a product of the product. I wouldn't be putting this on if I didn't believe 1,000% in what these products can do. And this was my 90-day transformation, you guys, and I did this. In my 90 days, I actually had a spine surgery. I had 2 discs replaced in my neck. Okay, and so it wasn't like I came out of the surgery table and started doing burpees and CrossFit training and just killing my body. I eased into my training very slowly, but what I did do is I really got on my nutrition, and I put these products to the test, and they paid off tremendously for me. And by the way, I turned 50 years old during this 90-day challenge as well. So healthy aging at its greatest, man. I put it to the test, and I have my testimony, and you're looking at it. Here's another testimony. Here's a friend of ours, Uncle Bill, and he's not looking so great right there. He's frustrated and wasn't feeling the best, but you know what? Got on our products, and by God, lost over 100 pounds. And look at the difference. Yeah, he's excited. Look at the difference, though. And just think about a few things here. And you can look back. You can think back at the picture we showed you, the little obese kids and eating McDonald's. What is the difference, not just only in the way he looks, but how about the way he feels? How about the diseases that aren't going to be coming his way that were if he would have stayed well over 100 pounds overweight? How about the agility? How about his knees and his ankles and his joints? Do you think they're taking less beating? Do you think that he has a less chance of having, osteoarthritis in his knees and ankles? All of those degenerative diseases are being either pushed way in the future or gotten rid of completely because of his body transformation and his health transformation. So hats off to Bill. Here's another gal. And I just love Jill Birth. She's a friend of mine. Lost half her body weight. Guys, look at the difference. She went on like 27 different weight loss programs. I think it was 27. It was a bunch. So she had like 27 before pictures and never had an after picture until she took Isagenix. And look at this. Amazing. She's a fantastic person. Beautiful. Look at her smile. She always had that smile, but she's got a lot more smile about it now. She feels better, looks better. Okay. Here's my buddy Letty. Lenny, I see is on the line too, bud. So hats off to you. Lenny's had several different jobs over his lifetime. He was a school teacher. He owned several restaurants. He was a consultant who was working, 80 hours a week, pulling his hair out, obviously. And got to the place where he wasn't in that great shape, man. And he doesn't look that. If you know Lenny, he's a happy guy. He's always got a smile on his face, but you very rarely see him with that kind of look on his face. He wasn't very happy then. And you know what? He used to be a little stud. He used to have a big smile. Used to have hair. Had some pecs on him. Look at him. But listen to this, guys. You can regain your youthful physique. And Lenny did that. He went on the Isagenix system and a little more gray in his beard now, but hey, man, check it out. Look at he's got abs. He's styling, man. He got it back. He's my same age as me. He's 51 years old. So it can happen at any age. It can happen at any age. And guys, Isagenix for everybody. It's for athletes. We talked about. It's for people who need to lose a lot of weight. We talked about. It's for bodybuilders, for doctors. I got to tell you, I have so many of my patients on, hundreds of people on these products that have come through the walls of my office looking for healthcare, and it makes me a better doctor to put them on this. They're healthier. Okay, children. We have people on our team who have their kids on these products, okay, at a very, very young age. 2 years old, they're drinking our shakes. It's better. I told you about the little gal who was standing there eating the Cheetos and drinking the pop. My gosh, she'd be way, way better at eating our shakes, drinking our shakes. Okay, weekend warriors, beauty pageant queens. Okay, we've been through a lot of these. It's for everybody. So what makes Isagenix so dynamic is that we have all these solutions to transform people's lives. You've watched some of these lives have been transformed, man. It's really, really happening all over the country, and it's happening at light speed because people are tuning in and turning on to this. So what kind of products do we have? The first thing that John Anderson came up with was a cleanse product. And it was very interesting. I was talking to one of my patients today, and she looked at me, and she's been on our products for a while and went off, and now she's back on them. Thank God. She's having a really great time with her workouts that's helping her. And she said, I thought that cleanse was a colon cleanse. I said, oh, no. And so this is actually a full body cellular cleanse, one and only in the world that I know of, and can never be duplicated. It cleans your cells out. We talked about all the toxins that are in our soil, in our food. Guys, I'm sitting here and I'm sitting on a carpeted floor, and I'm looking at some drapes over my curtains over my windows, and I know they have fire retardant in them. Okay, your bed sheets. I mean, you get your clothes dry clean. They do it with chemicals. Okay, even the organic food, you guys, is sprayed. It's sprayed with organically certified pesticides. Okay, so you can't get away from it. You need to pull this stuff out of your body. Now, that is why we have such a great success for people losing weight. We're not really a weight loss product, but what happens is, if you compare nutritional cleansing to traditional dieting, if you look at these bodies, little dots inside these bodies represent toxins, okay? And on a traditional diet, what we're doing is we're cutting calories, right? Everybody goes, well, calories in, calories out. So you increase your aerobics, or you start some exercise program, you start cutting down your calories. And we already said that our food was actually depleted. It's nutritionally depleted already. And now you're cutting your calories, and you're going to actually end up with less nutrients in your body without getting rid of these toxins. And what happens in 98% of diets, people rebound and they gain their weight back. And sometimes they gain more back, right? Because when we're nutritionally depleted and we're working out, we're doing things, we're actually burning muscle. And so when we gain our weight back, we gain back more body fat. We've actually lost muscle. Okay. But what happens when you cleanse? You actually cleanse, you lose the weight and you get the toxins out. And so your body is able to maintain that weight loss. And that's why people like Jill Burris, she finally got her after picture. That's why I'm sitting here a year later, and my abs aren't quite that tight, but they're not bad. I just took my pictures for my Ice Body Challenge today, okay? And I'm looking at the pictures going, yeah, I still look okay for 51, all right? And I want to show you one thing too. If you look at the very bottom of this page, it says weight loss is a side benefit. And I said that earlier, but guys, we're just trying to get you in the most optimal health that your body is able to get into. And when you put these nutrients in your body and you do it over a prolonged period of time, your body gets healthy and you get to your set weight, okay? Because your body's not healthy being overweight. Your body's not healthy containing all these toxins, okay? What we're doing is we're getting you healthy, and that has a huge impact if you're overweight. It gets rid of the body fat off your body. Your body doesn't want to carry a bunch of extra body fat around, okay? What about our shakes? Okay, so now we've cleansed our body out. We want to put the good nutrition back in. Now we have amazing, amazing protein shakes. Actually, they're not a protein shake. Let me take that back. This is a meal replacement shake. It's got the amino acids, the fatty acids, the vitamins, the minerals, all the things that you need, the carbohydrates to replace a meal. Okay, and I want to talk about this undenatured whey protein because, I said that John Anderson saved his best for Isagenix. And I said that the other companies always took the best products out of his and substitute with something cheaper. And that's what you get on the shelves of, GNC or Vitamin Shop or wherever you shop for your supplements. But what this company has done, they've gone the extra mile, and they actually get our whey protein from happy cows. And you're probably laughing at yourself going, what the heck does that mean? Happy cows. I see cows all the time. I've never seen a cow smile. But listen, if you look at this guy, we actually source our protein from family farms in New Zealand. Now, New Zealand is known throughout the world as a place to go for health. I mean, for healthy, their whole island is almost organic. You can't spray pesticides and herbicides on their island. These cattle do not get shot up with pesticides shot up with hormones and antibiotics. They're out in the sunshine. They're grazing on free range like they're supposed to be. The source makes a difference in what you're putting in your body. If it's going in the cow and through the cow, it's going to be in the product that you put in your body. It's going to make a big, big difference. Now, all the other products are sourcing their whey protein. Now, everybody's touting whey protein, and so am I. I'm saying whey protein is the best source of protein. It's the most bioidentical and assimilable protein for the human body. But where's the source coming from? Is it coming from happy cows or from these guys? Look at this poor guy's face. Look at his face looking at you. He is not a happy cow. Okay, he's sequestered. He's in bondage there. He's stuck in these racks. He's eating food that he's not supposed to eat. He's eating grains. Cows aren't supposed to eat grains. Naturally, you put a cow out in the pasture, he's not going to go for grains. He's going to go for grass. They eat grass. And what they do is the industry's crossed, right? So you have the chicken industry somewhere, and they have to get rid of the feathers, so they crush up chicken feathers and put them in pellets, and they feed them to the cattle. Okay, this is what's happening in our industry, guy. This is industrialized farming, and when you put all these cattle in an area, they tend to get diseased because they're not getting exercise. They're literally standing in their own feces, and they're eating things that they're not supposed to eat. Okay, not a good picture. Very, very unhappy cows. They're being shot up with hormones to keep them milking all year round. They're being shot up with antibiotics all the time to keep them from getting diseased and die. Okay, that's what's happening. That's where most of the products that you get on the store shelf are coming from unhappy cows. Okay, enough said on that. Ionic Supreme, I drink this every single morning. It's an amazing, amazing product. It's probably one of the best products that we have. And this has the ability to enhance your body's ability to deal with stress. Now, in the beginning, we talked about stress and that our jobs and that money is stressing us out and it's causing stress in our life. And but there's all kinds of stresses, man. I mean, we talked about chemical stress, from the toxins environment. What about physical stress? We're under that all the time. So our bodies aren't supposed to be under stress all the time, and they have a stress response, and it works really well, but it's not supposed to be all the time. I mean, our stress response is supposed to happen, get us out of stress, and then we're supposed to go back into our parasympathetic, if you will. Okay, I'm throwing a big word in there just to act like I'm smart. But listen, here's the thing. This has what we call adaptogenic herbs in it. Okay, and what adaptogens do is they allow the body's natural ability that's already innate and inborn within us to be stronger and to better deal with the stress naturally. Okay, these adaptogenic herbs. Now, what I did, and I'll challenge you to do it. I Wikipedia'd, went to Wikipedia, and I Wikipedia'd adaptogens, and it told me the whole story, and it also said that if you take this on an ongoing basis, that it builds up in your system and it becomes more and more effective. And when I read that, I was like, I will never go a day without drinking my Ionics. I drink it every single morning. It's the first thing that goes in my body before anything in the morning. Very first thing is a shot of Ionics. I've had 2 today already. Okay, awesome stuff. Now, we talked about anti-aging, we talked about telomeres, and this is our product, this new Isagenesis with is our healthy aging product, and we call it telomere support. Okay, and so this is our Nobel Prize winning research has gone into this, and they just upgraded this. They keep making it better and coming out with next and next and next generation. This is the latest generation. It's 20% better than the last generation. So Isagenix just isn't sitting on its heels, but this is our product that actually supports our telomeres at the cellular level, guy, where your DNA is actually dividing, your cells are dividing and creating new cells. Okay, so we're creating more and more healthier cells when we have this in our system. Amazing product, breakthrough product. You can get this in our Ageless Essentials, which are our AM/PM vitamin pack. I could do a whole seminar on this. They're gender specific. You got a men's and a women's. You can get it with or without the Isagenesis product, but you can get it right in there, and then you've got it all taken with you in your AM/PM pack. That's what I do. That's what I suggest you do. This is our nutty caramel cashew isoline bar. Now we have some isoline shakes that we told you about, but this is our isoline bar. Now these are actually meal replacement bars. Okay, 18 grams of our undenatured protein, whey protein from the happy cows in New Zealand. It's all the same. Okay, we actually have 6 flavors of bars now. They're awesome. I love Mary loves the chocolate peanut butter, and I love the oatmeal raisin. But I tasted these. These are really good, man. When I tasted these in August, it reminded me of Halloween because they have caramel in them. Nobody out there went Halloween trick-or-treating last week, did they? Nah. All right. We test our products, you guys. Now, if you look at the industry, and I was just talking with someone the other day who knows a lot about this, said, there's no policing of this industry. There's nobody saying, hey, do you have what's in on the label in the product? So you just don't know what you're getting. So I love the fact, number one, that I know the owners and the formulators of this product and the doctors on the advisory board of our program and our company. However, we absolutely spend, look at this, $2 million annually testing on raw materials, finished goods, and third-party testing. So we're making sure that our products are fantastic and work, because we couldn't keep our company open, let alone have the growth that we're having, if it didn't work, right? If it was a scam. It's not. Everything that we're telling you that's in here is in here. We're on the top, we're on the cutting edge of everything that we're doing, and it's showing up in our results. Okay, showing up in our results. Now, we also have a product that is being tested and certified by NSF, and this is our Isoline Pro, and this is certified for sports. Now, this is a big deal, guys, because I have some people in my team that are in the Olympics, and I have some people. We have people who are pro athletes, and if you're going into some drug testing, things like that, you don't want to have some product that you're taking that's all of a sudden going to show up with something weird in it, right? And you want the absolute, positively the best. You want the best nutrients in your system to give you the best performance, right? If you're a pro athlete, you got to have the best things in your body. You want the substrate to kick in and everything. So we are certified by NSF now. Okay. And so it's just another step that we're doing to go over the top. All right. And so, we showed you some anecdotal things. We showed you some really great testimonials, including mine. We showed you before after pictures. I could go on and on all day. I could show you those all day. But does the product really work? And I said, hey, you guys, you cannot be in business. You cannot stay in business as a company like we are if your products don't work. Okay. But we want proof. So what we've done is we've had them tested at the University of Chicago, Illinois. In this test, they did our 30-day system against the heart healthy diet. Okay. Now, the heart healthy diet is the go-to diet that physicians use all over the country, and it's endorsed. It's endorsed by physicians for heart patients. Anybody's had a heart attack or a stroke or high blood pressure or anything, you go in with something, you come out being recommended to get on the heart healthy diet. So we put it against that. And look at this, guys. Look at this. 56% more weight loss with Isagenix. Now, do you think that heart patients, you think that patients with some of these issues have a weight issue? Most of them do. Okay. 56% more weight loss. And guess what? It's not that we're just losing a lot of muscle, but 47% more fat lost and twice as much visceral fat. Now, visceral fat is the fat that is around your organs. Okay. There's a lot of people out there that it's like and it may be you may be thinking, well, hey, I don't need to lose weight. I eat whatever I want. I never get fat. Some people know those kind of people. It's like they're like a garbage truck, right? They just throw anything in they want in their mouth and never seem to get fat. But it doesn't mean that they're not healthy. It doesn't mean that they're healthy, because you can have a bunch of fat around your organs and never show it on the outside. I call people skinny fat. And I actually had a person at one of my events say, hey, I talked to my OBGYN about this, and she said to me, you know what you're talking about with that visceral fat, because I do C-sections all the time, and there's these ladies who do not appear to be fat women, but they've got a ton of fat around their organs. They have this visceral fat inside them, and that is the unhealthy fat. Okay. Now, that was an amazing study that they did, but they wanted to extrapolate on that. Actually, there's some researchers that saw that and said, hey, let's take this a little further. So some researchers from Skidmore College did this, and they wanted to make a long-term study. And basically, here's what they were looking for, guys, right here. Can you maintain the results of Isagenix system over a long period of time? That's legitimate. Hey, we did a 30-day study. It had really great results, but how about the long term? How does weight loss affect detoxification? Hey, we have the first and only cellular cleanse, right? What happens to metabolism when you achieve weight loss with the Isagenix system? So these are legitimate questions. This is what this study set out to accomplish, and look at what we came up with. Now, here was the 0 to 12. This is the first one, okay? Average. These are amazing results. 24 pounds weight loss average, 17% decrease in body fat, 33% decrease in visceral fat. Okay, we just talked about that. Average 9% increase in muscle mass. Is that good or bad? Everybody wants to lose fat and gain muscle. Our products do that for you. 44% increase in toxins released. Do you think that's going to make you healthier? Absolutely. Now, look at this. We extrapolated this all the way to 12 months, you guys. 12 months, and look what happened. Fat loss, 4 times more. Increased muscle mass, 4 times more. Increased metabolism, 2 times more. 3 times more toxins released, okay? This is amazing. And this is a long-term study done by an independent college researcher. And this guy got up in one of our events, right? Just last August, Dr. Paul Arciero, sorry. He's a Paisan. I should be saying his name right. So Dr. Paul Arciero he was a very good speaker. He was amazed. He was floored. He was so excited to be in front of us talking about this stuff. And here's what he said. This is the first study looking at nutritional intervention that affects the body's ability to detoxify itself through fat loss. I'm excited about the potential contribution to the scientific literature. So here's for all you science junkies. I'm one of those. I had to know every ingredient and every product, I had to break it down and blah, blah, blah. And, I know that a lot of you guys just like my friend Lenny used to say, look, just put it in your mouth and let the products do the talking. And that's what we do. But some of us need the proof, right? And now we have it. There you go. So the fourth thing, we talked about the weight loss. We talked about the healthy aging. We talked about, we talked about the performance and the energy that we can get from our products. But what about our financial fitness, right? What about that? Look at some of these things. Food stamps. My gosh, I read an article that California is one of the states that actually has more people on welfare than they do actually putting money into the system. Now they're including government workers in that because government workers are being paid by the taxpayers. But I mean, it's a bad way out there. Food stamps. Look at the different things, right? Healthcare costs are going up. Taxes going up, of course. Everything goes up, right? And people are in more debt than ever. Okay, and so it's okay to be healthy, but to live a true full life, man, you need things. You need to be able to buy things. You need to be able to buy the food, and I mean, and a lot of people, the problem with health is people say, well, it costs too much to be healthy. And so they end up at the dollar meal, right, at McDonald's, and you got these kids that are obese. So what does it really mean? What does it mean to you? What does health mean to you? Or what does wealth mean to you? Or financial fitness? What does it mean? Well, there's a man out there, and if you've ever read his book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. If you haven't, I suggest it. But his name is Robert Kiyosaki, and he actually wrote a book called The Business of the 21st Century, and it's all about network marketing. And that's what we're going to talk about for a minute here, is network marketing and the business of the 21st century. Now, ask yourself this question. Here's what Robert Kiyosaki said. He said, the number of days that you can survive without physically working and still maintain your standard of living is wealth. So in this example, of course, if your expenses are $4,000 a month and your savings is $12,000, you have 3 months worth of wealth, okay, or 90 days. Now, how much do you have? How much, or do you even know? Some people don't have any savings. Some people are the other way, right? We saw skyrocketing debt in the last slide. Some people are in debt. They're actually negative, okay? They lost their job. They just go in more debt, okay? Because they don't have any wealth, okay? If you had to stop working tomorrow or lost your job, how long can you survive? Some people can only survive as long as their credit card would get to reach its max and you'd be done. Okay, it's pretty scary. It happens a lot, though. It's happening a lot in our country. So here's the goal, is to develop a residual income. And guys, that's passive income. That's income coming in when you're not working. Okay, that's what that is. And you want enough of that to come in so that covers or is more than covers your monthly expenses. So in this example, you would want at least $4,000 a month coming in to cover everything that you need to get covered, even if you're not working. How can you do that? Well, let's talk about that. Why is Isagenix poised to do that? It's because of the billion-dollar trends. I talked about mega trends. Mega is big. Is billions big? It's pretty big. Okay, and especially when we're talking about dollars, billions of dollars, and three of them are the weight management and obesity. Look at this: 1 million dieters. Excuse me, 100 million dieters. $20 billion. Energy performance, $11 billion industry. Anti-aging will grow to 114 billion. Paul Zane Pilzer says it's going to grow to $500 billion. The anti-aging. Guys, we have solutions for all of these. Okay. So what does that mean? That means that our company makes good business sense. And that's what we're talking about right now. Okay. And network marketing is the way that we bring it to the masses. And why? Why should we do that? Well, just look at some more statistics for all you stats people. 167 billion worldwide sales. That's a lot. Okay, that's huge. It's taking over. It's making other methods of distribution obsolete. Things like Walmart, things like Costco, they're becoming dinosaurs in the distribution of products to direct sales. And look at the second one. This is one I love. Health and beauty dominate direct sales industry. Okay. Guess what? We are in a health and beauty company. All right. 82% of women who make more than 100,000 a year do it through direct sales. Our company is about 80%, maybe 75%, 75 to 78% women. The industry is about 80% women. Okay. If you're a woman and you are out there and you want to make money, this is a great place for you to do it because women just naturally have networks. Okay. If you're a soccer mom, you're sitting on the bench or, or dance classes or recitals or whatever it is, there's other moms around you. There's networks around you. Now, guys do it too. I'm a guy. I'm in network marketing. Anybody can do it, but it just seems to lend itself to women. Women tend to network better than men on an overall bigger scale. So it's perfect business. This is the perfect business for us. Why? Because we are in the perfect company that fits into this perfect business. So here's a couple of reasons why network marketing is so fantastic. Number one, you don't have to employees. Okay. I have a business. I've had employees. Okay. You got to manage them. You got to pay them. You got to match their pay. You got to match their income tax. You got to pay their worker compensation. You got to pay their disability. I mean, $12 an hour employee costs you $20 to have in your office. It's expensive. And then, like I said, you have to manage them. You have to train them. It takes time and energy. Okay. Low overhead or low startup. Guys, I opened up my chiropractic office and it cost me tens of thousands, not hundreds of thousands of dollars to get into my business, to build out my practice and equip it. Okay, lots and lots of money. Okay, no special degrees. I spent many, many years in school learning my profession, right? And I had to pay to be there. In network marketing, you get paid to learn. Tax advantage, as soon as you enroll, as soon as you sign up your retail business center with our company, you're in business for yourself and you can start writing off your expenses, like when you travel to go meet people, part of your meals that you eat, your gas, things like that. It all starts to be a write-off for you. Start take advantage of business owner tax advantages. You don't get that when you're driving to your job that's owned by someone else. Okay, time freedom. This is the only industry in the world that the more money you make, the more time freedom you have. See, that's always been a zero-sum game for me because the more time freedom I want, that means I had to be out of the office more. That means I was working less. That means I was making less money. And if I wanted to make more money, I had to go to the office more. I had to work more. And that meant I had less time. Okay, they didn't balance. One had to be heavier than the other in order to maximize one. This maximizes both of those, maximizes money and maximizes your free time. It's incredible, and that makes for a good life, guys. Okay, and your ability to leverage. Look at these people. You want to get people on your team. We have some amazing people on our team. I mean, it's so cool. The people that you meet, and it's not about the people you know. It's about the people you're going to know and the people you're going to meet and run into by working this business with us and with yourself. And Andrew Carnegie said, I would rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. So we're leveraging that. Do you guys get that? That's why you have time freedom, because when you're sleeping, someone else is working and working in your business. Somebody else is working and putting volume in your business. It's incredible. Now, I'm not going to go into our pay plan too much. I'm going to show you the very basic way to get started. And if you understand this, you can duplicate this concept and become a millionaire. You can absolutely do that. Or you can make $500 a month if that's what you want. Or you can make an extra 1,000 or 5,000 a month if that's what you want. Whatever you want, you can do with our company because it's been done. And the limits are being pushed to the max every single day. We have 29-year-olds that are making $1 million a year in our company. We have 23-year-olds that are busting out $30,000, and they're like, "Hey, I just tell my people, I just tell my friends." It's amazing what's happening. It can be you, okay? So if this is you, if you're this smiley little redhead girl with a cute smile, and you know two friends, you know somebody who maybe is an athlete, wants to have some more energy, wants a little higher performance out of his nutrients, or if you know somebody who wants to lose weight, or if you know somebody who wants to make some money, that's absolutely one of our products, then you enroll those two people and you become what we call a consultant. You're in a paid position and you teach those people to do the same thing and duplicate what you do and help them duplicate what they've done. Very, 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 very simple. And that's what we do, you guys. It's exactly what we do. And you only have to build two teams on ours. If you are a network marketer and you've been in this industry before and you say, oh, I understand, I know that binary. You don't know our binary. You need to look into this differently. You need to look in this in depth and see all of the things that we have put in. It's ingenious. We are reinventing the network marketing industry with our pay plan. So now, the other thing that I thought of, because, I just got into this for the products. I really loved them. And it wasn't until later that I realized that it was a viable business model. But then I started thinking, wow, the model is awesome. Yeah, this is cool. And I really love the products. But, if I'm going to spend, 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 or 15 years of my life putting effort into building a business, I want to make sure that I'm with the right company. Now, nothing is without risk, guys. I mean, you can't walk across the street without taking a risk, but you can minimize those risks. And what I'm going to tell you is I studied network marketing companies. And like I said at the very beginning of our program, everything starts at the top, and it starts with these people, Kathy Coover, and we talked about John Anderson. Their integrity, when Kathy stands on stage and shakes her fist and says, if it's not right for the associate, it's not right for the company. I believe her. I've been on stage. I've looked into her blue eyes, and she's an intense woman, and I swear to God, I will believe whatever she says. These people are doing it right. And you know what else she says? She says, you guys, it's not that hard to do it right. So the integrity of the company flows from top down. And the other thing we never mentioned, this guy down here, his name's Eric, he's their son. He is in the business. He is in this thing, and he'll take it over one day. Awesome, dude. Guys, this is a legacy company. This is a family company. If you get into this company and build it, you have something that you can will your kids. It is a legacy company. It's never going to go anywhere. Okay? You can build a financial fortress around your family that no one will be able to penetrate. Join us. Guys, dream. What's your dream? Are you like the toothbrush and the toilet paper and you hate your job, but you're going there anyway because you have to put in your time so you can make a paycheck to pay for whatever it is that is your life? Is that your dream? If it is, that's fine. I mean, if you're the toilet paper and you love it, that's fine. But what is your dream? Ask yourself and just imagine what the possibilities are. Do you want to be debt free? Are you on credit card? Do you have your credit cards maxed out? Would you like a new car? I mean, some of these things are like, I could go without a corporate jet, but hey, I would like to charter one day and fly in one. That would be really cool. Machu Picchu is up here. My wife is Peruvian. That's on my bucket list. She's been there. I haven't. We're going to go. Okay. So what is it that you want? Pay for your kids' college, pay for your own college. Whatever it is, guys, set your limit. We can take you there. We can get you there. It's happening all around us. It's happening for us, and we want you to go on the ride with us. Okay? So how do you do that? How do you do that? You just get started. We talked about, hey, just put the stuff in your system. We showed you all of the products that are miraculous and where they've come from and the painstaking effort that the company's gone through to make sure they're absolutely the best in the world, and the studies that we've put them through, that they've passed every litmus test around, including mine, because I put them in my body and I have my own transformation. I'm speaking to you from experience. Get started. Put the stuff in your body, okay? So this is the best way. This is our President's Pack. It comes in it comes in the healthy aging, weight loss, performance. And we didn't talk a lot about our skincare products, but guys, I use them. They're fantastic. There's companies out there that all they do is skincare, and these people that are in their company are flocking to us, and they're making a business just on our skincare, okay? So we have solutions for everything. Get on the products. Order one of these. Order one of these products. Now, if that's a little too much for you, then we have some getting started packs. I'm going to cough. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Getting started packs. Okay. Again, they're all in each category: weight loss, healthy aging, energy performance, and our skincare line. So you want to get with the person that brought you to this, and you want to get started on one of our packs, okay? And here's another thing. I just put this in here. Look at this. Can you believe it? Halloween just passed, and you're going to start seeing Christmas stuff in the stores all the time. But what are you going to do for Christmas? Why don't you give yourself a gift and get yourself where you want to be? Maybe it's your fitness. Maybe you want to get in shape. I mean, the 4 number 1 New Year's resolutions, guys, are this: lose weight, get in shape, get out of debt, make more money. We just showed you we have solutions for the top 4 New Year's resolutions. You got 2 months. You could make a huge dent in any New Year's resolution that you want for yourself this year. Okay? 2 months you have. You could rock this. We have a gal, her name is Liat. I think she might even be on this with Valerie's team. I see you guys are all on. But she lost 21 pounds in her first month. Okay? What could you do in 2 months? What do you want to do? It took me 90 days to make my transformation. What if you started a business and all of a sudden, I mean, you can absolutely, we have a program where you can make 5,000 in 5 weeks. Okay. There's a roadmap to do that in our company. What is it that you want? We have their solution. So who's ready to get started? Let's do this thing. You guys, we're here. We're here for you. I'm here for you. Okay. And oh, by the way, I didn't even mention, but we do have 100% money back guarantee. If you don't like our stuff, we don't want you on it. We don't want you with buyer's remorse. We don't want you with a bunch of stuff in your cupboard for 2 years, cussing us out because you never used it. That's no good. We'll get your money back. Okay. So there's no reason if you try it and you don't love it, then you send it back, you get your money back. If you try it and you love it, then we can show you how to make all of your goals come true, and we can show you how to make a retirement income. That's what we're about. That's what I'm about. I thank you for your time being here tonight on our webinar, and I just want to let you know to get back with the person that brought you here. And if you came here through me, I want you to get a hold of me, and you can also get a hold of Mary. This is the way you get to us. So I'm going to do this next Tuesday, same time, same place. So gather your friends, get them here too. If you came through something that looks like this is my this is what I put out on Facebook, and some of the internet marketing that I've been doing with this ad. So if you saw that ad, then you definitely want to get a hold of me at one of these ways. Send me an email or call me, text me. Talk to me. We want to get you started. So I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, you can just go ahead and type them in. Otherwise, we're going to say good night. You're welcome. You're welcome. Linda Olds, thank you. It's late. She had to go. Okay. Sorry about that, Linda. Okay, good night, everybody. I'm going to sign off. See you later. Have a great night, too. You're welcome. We love and appreciate you, too.